chaos I can stir. The MicroVAX 3800 OS installation streams live. Currently playing Making Money by Jeremy Corpus. Chloe Raccoon has farted the most with 6 farts. Welcome back, our beloved pet Canadian. Hope you're ready for some retro goodness. Welcome back, Farty McFartface. Welcome back to MKDK.
It's Friday, and the stream title is MicroVAX 3800 OS installations. Chloe Raccoon has farted the most with 6 farts. Ads are starting.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
This is for you, G-Pin. No, I can't do it for 2 hours, sorry. It's not possible. It's a Ben, hello. Hello Carrot House, hello TMDK, hello Ben, hello Chloe.
Welcome back, Sir Steve's
And of course, Farty McFartface slipping in and farting. And then slipping out again. Matinex, G-Pin. I have not crashed, no, G-Pin said that he would rather just watch 2 hours of me just sitting staring at the camera. So here I am, sitting staring at the camera for 2 hours.
She's in the zone, tapping away. She's got her own throne, buzzing keyboards.
But I can't. It's not physically possible for me to sit still for that long.
Matt in X.
It's rock music
Right.
currently hacking by Silent Partner.
Didn't feel like awaiting your meltdown, Ben's meltdown, yes.
Welcome back, Even 20.
Well, we're back doing the OS installations on the Big Vax tonight, but there's one other job that I need to do as well before, well, maybe while we're doing that, I don't know. Yeah, we'll start the installations first, and then there is another little job I need to do, which is make a power cable. Because it has this annoying thing where it has a power connector on the front of it behind the removable front panel. So it has to be a right angle power connector. Otherwise the front panel just doesn't fit. Like your 3300, exactly. Not only that, it's C12 or C11, whatever, instead of C13 or whatever number it is, C something, kettle plug instead of normal C13. So C15, that's it. I know it's an odd number because the odd numbers are always the plugs. You go up by 2 to get a notch, yeah. I know the odd numbers are the plugs, the even numbers are the sockets. But I have here a nice long chunky C13, C14 cable. So I'm going to chop this end off, stick this on, and that should give us a nice long adapter to an ordinary proper connector. But that's a job to do whilst other things are churning away doing things. You can just stare at the camera, that's entertaining enough at this stage. Just stare intently at me, yeah. But we do need to carry on with the installations that we started yesterday. So, where were we? We have managed to get Edgar network booting. Let's just boot up the network over to that. You plan to order a C14 to C19 adapter. Oh, that's those ones with the bigger flat pins, the high current job is. Yeah, you need it over where you are, don't you, if you want to run on... Although, is this going to be for your... what's it? Your step-up transformer? Or is it just because you fancy one? Still vaguely annoyed and embarrassed that you specifically told your colleague to keep the one cable we'd found for it to fit the machine with the machine. So of course he didn't, fair enough. But anyway, but these adapters, well, these plugs are easily available on eBay. This cost me £5. So it's not, they're not particularly expensive or hard to get, and you can get full cables, but I don't trust power cables bought on eBay. I'd rather wire my own. Oh, C13 PDU, yeah. Oh yeah, you're going, yeah, into the PDU with that to go C13, yes. Yeah, I do remember you mentioning that on Discord, wasn't it? Yes. What you all doing in here? We're having fun instead of... We're going to watch an OS install instead of watching Shelby programming Python. Not much difference, really. But at least here we can fart. Okay, so I should now have... the terminal server is available, yeah. So let's connect to Edgar and turn Edgar on. There we go, Edgar is booting. Okay, so we should now be able to go boot oh, I can't remember what it is, so I'll just go boot. I can't remember if it's X something or other. XQA0, isn't it? Booting XQA0 boots it off the network. Should be booting VMS off the network. If the FFC had fought us out of the connector, it should be on ID 0, which should be fine. There we go, we're booting VMS off the network. It's going to want the date, isn't it? You were really hoping you wouldn't be learning programming again, but here we are, yeah. Once Shelby gets into a project like this, there's no getting him out of it. Oh, the one between the drive control board and the laser sled. Oh, between the laser sled, yeah, that would not help matters, certainly. 30 Jan 2026, and we are 1935 over here. I've been tinkering in Ultrix on here a bit today. I have sorted out the licensing on it. I have put on the Y2K patches so it knows what the date is now, which is good. And I have also managed to get DECnet working in Ultrix for the first time ever. It's actually DECnet for Ultrix 4, which I have bent slightly to make it work on DECnet 4. On Ultrix 4.5, and it seems to work perfectly fine. Actually, no, I haven't put that on here yet. I've got DECnet going on my virtual one, my virtual machine. I haven't actually got it on Edgar yet, so maybe that's something we'll do later on as well, is put DECnet on here. If you're going 220, you really should be going to British plugs. They're the most safe ones. They're the ones everybody should be using. So yes, tasks for tonight are hopefully get VMS installed on the second drive, build the power cable, and if we've got time, go into Ultrix and install DECnet on it. What makes them the safest? The fact that the earth pin has to go in first. The
Potato.
I cannot whelp from anyone.
live and neutral pins are insulated up to the tips, almost to the tips, so you can't get a finger in there to electrocute yourself until they're actually physically disconnected inside. The ground pin, the earth pin, controls shutters that stop you from getting into the sockets themselves. They are fused internally. They are polarized and can only be fit in one direction. And the list goes on. And also, you know when you've stepped on them, supposedly, although nobody in the UK has ever stepped on one that I know of. I believe it's Alec from Technology Connections, did a very good video all about how they are the best designed plugs in the world. You should go watch it. They're flat on the back, so they like to sit pins facing up, but I don't know anybody that A, has stood on one, and B, leaves plugs lying around on the floor like that, because most of our sockets have got switches on, so you don't have to unplug them to turn them off.
Swarm.
It's a swarm, dual streams, choose which one you want.
Though you flutter off, your presence remains. It whispers of wings, echoes again.
Okay, logging in.
To laugh and cheer through days.
The plan here, pins down is more common, yeah. Pins still in the wall is more common. Right, so the plan here is first off, do a STABAC kit, a standalone backup kit, to the third drive. Copy the installation files onto that drive. Reboot off the third drive. Install VMS off the third drive onto the second drive. and see how we go. Oh. Nice and tidy, I see, Matt. Oh, look at that lot. Lovely. A house built in the early 60s and had a whole 2 13 amp outlets. Wow. A single plug each, yeah. Hot rocks. Alright, so before we go any further, I need my other microphone then. Sounds like my arrangement in the garage. It's got 2 whole plugs in there.
Hot rocks.
One of them's a double socket.
MicroVAX 3800 OS installations.
The immense bronze gates in the valley wall swing outwards, revealing a titanic chamber filled with ancient architecture built of cyclopean stones. From within march many, many oiled and scantily clad Amazon warriors, followed by many more riding their doughty war yaks. A section of skirmish goats in light armour emerge. At length, riding a battle canoe, comes an Allison, clad in an ibex skin bikini and a large aviary's worth of exotic feathers. This doesn't look like Waikiki Beach. Hello, Alice.
How you doing, Alison? You missed the right turn at Albuquerque, yes. Right. So with that out of the way, where are we? We have booted. So now creating a stab bucket. We need to do it onto drive $1 dia 2. So I believe sys update is where it is. It looks like it is. Enter the name of device on which to build the kit. That'll be $1 dia 2.
From Athens globe to the retro screens.
Is that PC Magus? Magus. Just PC for short. Hello, how you doing?
So shout out power.
Or should I say Calispira?
Welcome back, PC Margus. Enjoy the MicroVAX 3800 OS installations.
Okay. Do I want to initialize $1 dia 2? Yes, I do. New volume label. I'm going to call this VMS 2055, since that's the name of the installation media. This is the hiding from Python shelter, indeed, yes. Potatoes can't speak.
Jeep in 24/7, you are correct. Potatoes cannot speak. I am a potato. Friday, January 30.
And a spice of mud. What if you're a talking potato? Then you're unusual. And we like the unusual here. Okay, lots of things happening now. Creating the standalone backup kit. Could take a while on this computer. So let's get on and butcher this cable while we're waiting. Where are my good cutters? There's my good cutters. I'll give this a bit of extra length on here so I could reuse this as a short power cable if I wanted, which I quite possibly might. So I could have just bought a ready-made cable for this, but I don't like buying unknown cables from unknown sellers on Chinese-inspired websites, because they tend to be CCA, copper-coated aluminium, and about 3 strands of wire per cable. It knows there's a CD in there, still an F on reading it though. There should be a little tiny weeny little trim pot on the laser sled itself. That might want a slight adjustment, because the laser can get tired after a few decades and might just need its biasing tweaking slightly. I hate trying to strip this kind of wire though. What I need to do actually is cut it, don't I? Get my trusty knife. Where is it? There it is. Given to me by a friend of mine. Very nice little sharp knife this. There we go, that's better. Oh, you've got to run, have you, Hot Rocks? Good to see you. Don't forget to take your yaks with you. You can leave the goats, though, for G-Pin. There we go. Right, screwdriver needed. Flat blade. Ugh, hate flat blades. Oh, the bucket has finished. Okay, so this should now be bootable. Let's try it out. That was quick, but I suppose if you're not putting it on a tape, it would be, yes. Scott Bakula has finished, yeah. Scott Bakula. Start back kit. Standalone backup kit. Or Stabackit for short, not Scott Bakula. Oh boy. Is all I can say to that. Oh boy. He never finished in that series. There's always just one more jump. Sand break, resume, and we're back to there. So, boot. DUC2, isn't it? Third channel, disc number 2. Duck 2. Stab, ack it. Coffee and a chocolate croissant. Oh, yum. Where are the hours then, Matt? Come on, you should be sharing them around. You had a Dell laptop that blew the CD laser so it could only read DVDs. Oh, Dell didn't want to replace the drive until you've reinstalled Windows XP on CD. Oh, fun. It tried for a little while, but now is back to no medium found. You've just had a Wendy's Son of Baconator burger. You have regrets. How can you have regrets?
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's rough, I know.
Configuring devices. This is looking good. Regrets are probably going to be followed by farts, yes. North American bacon isn't a pinch on the British stuff. This is true. This is very true. But even over here, if you have bacon on a burger, it's usually streaky bacon, as we'd call it here. American bacon. Not proper bacon. Proper bacon should be at least an inch thick. I like your bacon. It has meat. Absolutely. Right, we're seeing 3 devices. This is happy times going on here. I think we can abort this, reboot back in on the network and copy the files we need. So if I go Control U to drop back to local, send break and resume, I can then boot XQA0 to boot off the network again. And whilst that is happening, we'll go back to here. I need some better glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Where are my better glasses? Who's nicked them? Come on, own up. I bet it was you, G-Pin. Where have they gone? Oh, there they are, right in front of me. Can't see for looking. Right. So, live, earth, neutral. That's good. How springy are these contacts? Pretty good, pretty good. That'll do the job nicely. What's up with English muffins? You mean oven bottom muffins? That's the closest you get over there, I think. As opposed to muffins that are cakes. Not quite the same. Nothing's ever quite the same as the other side of the pond. They try, but get it wrong so often. Come on, lift up, you. There we go. Right. So I'll put that in there. Screw it down. Or attempt to screw it down. There we go. A silly bit of plastic stuck to it there. I think it's supposed to stop it from falling out, but failed miserably. Do for the moment that. Right, so this is neutral, that's live. So actually I've got this twisted around the wrong way, but it's not too tight yet, so I can twist it manually. A bit more of a twist, there we go. So that wants to go into there.
Like the discussion has devolved into a transatlantic.
That one into there, and that one into
a plate of fries to
there. Actually, I'm going to put that side of that one, of that central nub. And these are wraparound ones, aren't they? So if I cut to about there on each one. Okay. Never a decent way to terminate the wires properly because that would be too expensive. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we have booted up over here. Okay. So the installation files are on that drive there, ACE DUA3, and we want to copy them onto that drive there, one DI2. So let's go mount that drive first. Okay, that's mounted. Now, I don't think I can do this from here, but I shall try that. Will it? It will. Oh good, I can just mount it directly like that. I thought I might be able to since it's all clustered. So, it's the important ones are these VMS 0255 ones. They're the actual operating system. But I also want...
Jeepin 24/7. I am a potato.
I have no nationality.
I am from the potato family. Friday, January 30.
What's with telling us the date all the time, you stupid bot? Fries are thin chips, yes. So if I were to copy/log that dot star to that all zeros root folder. That should copy the main installation files. Could be a while since it's got to copy an entire operating system, but the whole CD that it's copying off is only about 250 meg, I think.
I love Pet Canadian, understood.
So back to here. Let's undo this again. Enough to pull these wires out and strip them off to about that length of stripping. Maybe it'll be a bit more actually. They got... No, they haven't. Ah, no, they don't actually go... Oh, no, they do have proper holes through them, actually, don't they, these? They are... Oh, they're... Hey, these are... They're not wraparound ones, they're poke-through ones. That's even better. I didn't see that. But they're flexi leaf ones rather than proper raising clamp ones, but they're still better than wraparound ones. Come on, get in there, you. There we go. US ones contain sugar, yeah. US bread is classed as cake, yeah. Okay. They are in. Clamp that back down with enough. Is there? Yeah, there is knurling on the inside of that. Is that going to give enough grip that way up? Because you can turn these bits upside down to get more grip if you need. Yeah, it'll give enough grip. These are very soft screws. It wouldn't surprise me if I were to snap them off. Ah, it's solid. Solid as a rock. Okay. Make sure that's tucked down in there nicely. Okay, we can pop the lid back on. Oh, hang on. I just realised I left off the strain relief. Oops. I should put that on really, shouldn't I? That was silly. Oh, the files have copied. That was quick. Right, I also want to copy I should copy that as well, and let's just have a quick look to see what is system and what isn't. Okay. Oh, index F is. I thought it was. I don't really need the documentation. Deck W I want to copy. Core image is there. So it's just deck W, isn't it, that I want? So copy DECW 2055. That'll be a while. Back to there. Undo everything that I've done here. At least we know it works and fits. Well, I don't know if it works, but it fits together anyway. I really need a slightly bigger screwdriver than that one. That's a better fit. Come on, undo enough, will you? There we go. Right, this time we'll put the strain relief on it. Although it doesn't really do that much. And Ben's munching. What's Ben munching today? Better not be fondue. Panasonic bread maker. The recipes must be American as you've had to reduce the sugar in them by 60% to make it palatable. Would not surprise me. Although you do have to have some sugar of some form in there for the yeast to feed off. But not so much that it tastes grim. Oh, those files have copied. Don't ever pursue a career in hand modelling. Don't worry, I won't. Back to here. There was something else I wanted to copy. ISL script, that was it. You don't like knuckle hair. Okay, now. Oh, it was already there. Okay, so I go and shut it down again. Shutdown complete. Send break, resume. Okay, so boot from duck 2, quack. Alpha's or machine mark needs someone to show off their wrenches and screwdrivers. Fair enough, yes. But no, I don't really think that a career in hand modelling is in my future. That's booting now. I'm just screwing the connector back together again. You don't need to see it, I've already shown it once. It's just this time it has this strain relief on it. I hate flathead screws. Everything should be Phillips or Torx. Flatheads are just horrible. Especially ones made of cheese like these ones. Right, date time. 30 Jan 2026. 2008. Configuring devices. Trying to get the lid on the C15 connector. Okay. Screwing the lid on. Cable done. That should do the job, I hope. And it will allow me to put the front cover back on the computer.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
And make it look like a deck again.
Boardwalk by Track Tribe is plain search.
So that's one job finished anyway. Alright, all devices are available, yes. Now, I have to remember how we do this now. We go backup, slash image, slash log, BMS2055.B/save. Going on to $1 $DIA1. I think that's the command we have to run. Offhand, out of memory. Backup/image/log VMS2055.B/save, and then the name of the device without a colon. And see if it works. No. Maybe it's with a colon. Some of these commands need a colon, some don't, and I can never remember which is which. So backup /image/log, and then put a colon with it. Canada is very proud of the Square Drive. You're happy with POSI. POSI drives are nice, yes. I like POSI drive. It's the best. It's the best of the Philips-esque ones. There we go. That's restoring now. But this is going drive to drive within the computer, no network needed. So this is as fast as we can get. Going maximum speed. Flat out. In fact, my default bit in my ratchet screwdriver is a PZ2, POSI Drive 2, which I find fits most things. You've got a set of jizz drivers, yeah, you can tell the jizz ones because they've got the little spot. Wrong kind of jizz, Chloe. Your PZ2 is also your most worn. That's why I've got a whole packet of PZ2s rather. But I do alternate between that and a PH1, smaller Philips one.
Oh my.
Oh dear, we've woken up the carrot house now. This is why they sell PZ2s in boxes and screw fixed, yes. Absolutely. You go through so many of them because they're so good. Robertson's number 2. Well, I mean, he's mentioning Robertson screws, but Robertson to me is they make marmalade and jams, Robertson, not screws and screwdrivers. I thought you were talking about Robert. Was that Rob? No, is that Robinson? That's Robinson. Sorry, isn't it? That's Robinson's. Same thing. Do I want to perform another Backup operation. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, I'll halt the system then. Okay, so it's dub 1 we want now. Robertson number 2 drivers are generally red and number 1 are green. Oh, very fancy. So this should now be booting the installation of the OS. Hopefully. Does make it easier to find them in the toolbox. Well, all of my bits are just ordinary metal grey, apart from my PZ2s, which are all gold. So I find them easy to find in the toolbox. Unless you're red-green colourblind. What do I want? That one there. So, PZ2 is gold. Everything else is just boring old metal. But yeah, it's getting worn out at the end there, this one. Right, so 30 Jan 2026 2016. Installation continuing. Your worn out bits are the long ones to use them in the drills, fair enough. We've just entered the time. Installation procedure. CPU type 10-01. Don't use your PZ2 bit for PH2 screws. They work fine, just be careful not to shred them. That's what impact drivers are for, yeah, all those sensitive hard drives and things. All that nice vibration going on, that'd be good. Okay, what do we call this? We call this Edgar 1. Name of the drive holding the VMS distribution media is $1 DIA2. And we don't want the colon this time. Do I want the VMS library files? Yeah, I suppose I do. VMS optional files, yeah. Deck Windows support. Do I want Deck Windows on here, actually? I can add it later if I do want it. Okay, I can add Deck Windows at a later date if I need to, but I probably won't. Restoring the VMS library save set. Chuggity chuggity chug. I've got a great big huge chunky AEG hammer drill. The chuck's playing up on that though, and I have to manually hold it with a spanner to tighten it. But other than that, it's a lovely drill. And I've got a what's it? What's the green ones that everyone's got these days? Can't remember what they're called now. Battery one. What are the green ones called? My brain's gone. Go talk to Bosch. Ryobi, that's the ones, yes. Hello, life's faded. Yes, Ryobi battery one for just ordinary everyday usage. But my AEG one is my going through walls one. With a drill bit about that along with it.
Welcome back to Life's Faded.
Enjoy the MicroVAX OS installations.
Goes through a wall like butter, that thing does. But it does leave you with vibrating hands at the end of it. Starting the verification pass. The only tool you've got in the new Ryobi colour scheme is your thickness planer. Oh, nice. What else have I got? I've got a Draper router and a... I think it's probably... No, it's not a Black & Decker. It's something else blue. I can't remember what colour or what make it is, but it's a little pan sander. Those were my three mains tools. Are the big hammer drill, the router, and the little sander. Everything else is battery. Or actually, no, everything else is battery. The Ryobi is battery. Everything else is manual. Oh no, I've got a jigsaw as well. I think that's an AEG as well. That's quite a nice jigsaw. Modern Ryobi are almost the same colour as your car. Indeed they are, yes. Your lovely Kia. It is a Kia, isn't it? I think it was, yeah. Nice and green. You can see it in the snow when the snow's removed. I've not got much in the way of tools. I don't do that much woodwork or anything like that really these days. I used to do a bit, but I don't do as much these days. You drank the Kool-Aid and have extensive battery-powered Milwaukee collection. Milwaukee's nice. If you like red. Team red when it comes to tools, as opposed to team green. The old red-green rivalry extends to tools as well as video cards. Even my impact driver is
Seems like
manual.
everyone's having a tool off. Ben might need Chloe to tempt him with food to distract him from the pallet tools.
I only got that for doing my brake discs on the car. Need an impact driver to release the screw that holds it all in. Having a tool off. Calm down, G-Pin. Put your tool away. You'll excite the Canadian again. I haven't got room in my garage for any tools. Once the car's in there, there's only just enough room for a VAX. Well, if you haven't got a driveway or a garage big enough, yeah, you need to either have somebody else to do the work for you or a friendly person with a driveway or a garage or whatever you can work in. Because, yeah, doing it on the road is no. Creating the VMS Common Directory tree. Excellent. Ouch indeed. Will this node be a cluster member? No. Going to be standalone. Okay, password for system. Do it again. Such a secure password, that. Your car isn't roadworthy if you have the hub in bits, so it can't be on the road. They got fault 3 times. Ouch. Third time it went to court. Ooh. Okay, installation is pretty much done. Configuring the devices now. Then I need to dig out the software for things like TCP and what have you. It's not on this installation disk. It must be on my H2 or H4 installation disk, I think. You are not a snowblower, Chloe. That was not snow. It's the wrong colour for a start. Snow is white. That so wasn't white.
Ads are starting.
Snow, that would be steam and visible, yes. 333 followers. Does Twitch track VOD watching? It does, yes. Content, video producer, open, link in new window. My VODs. Oh, that does everything, doesn't it? I hate the way that it does that. Last night's VOD has had 181 views. Thursday, 147 views. Monday, 225 views. Some only get me a couple of views, but some get hundreds of views. 210, 313. Depending on what I'm doing, some people will tune in, watch the VOD, some won't. So yes, I get a reasonable number of views on the VODs.
It's Friday, January 30th. The stream is about MicroVAX 3800 OS installations, and we're listening to In the Shadows by Ethan Makesell.
They aren't tuning in for the bot quite, yes. It takes a certain temperament to put up with the bot. Do I want to register any packs at the moment? Not right now. I shall sort those out in a bit. I have no idea, Swarm. I don't know whether it's individual views or individual viewers. Mini apple pies. Yes, please. I'll have one of those. Send one my way. Right here. Go on. Aim for the big hole. Now we're doing the auto-jan. This takes ages. Jen Param's phase. -10 tomorrow for you, Matt. Oh, chilly. Jen Param's phaser set to stun. It's quite a bit warmer than today, colder than here. I think you could take the minus away and it'll be what it is here. The problems of being a, or the joys of being an island nation. Right, while that's running, what I should do is go over to Cutie Pie. Which is being very slow at the moment. Why is that? There we go. Now I've got one Vax maxed out, haven't I? T-Mux attach. This one here, I need to go set CPU idle equals Ultrix. Okay, I need to go on to this one here. I will need a different CD image. Why is, yeah, I don't know why Cutie Pie was being really slow before. Have I got... No, I've only got 2055 on here at the moment. Where is it? I think it's in this one here. Copy that across. Okay. So on here, I can then go. Which one is it? It's RQ3. Control E. Attach RQ3 disks / that file without the 0 in front of it. And resume. And it crashes. Of course it does. That's VMS for you. We'll quit that. Open up SimH. And we want to replace that with... What is going on with this? That. Oh, Vi's being stupid, isn't it? Oh, what are you doing, you stupid editor? Oh, I know what it is. It's because we're inside Tmux. It makes a mess of things. There we go. Welcome back, Ben. Chips and bacon sarnie, yum. With ketchup. Nice. So, I can run VAX on here and boot this one up again. Since it crashed. What are the haps? The haps are VMS is installed and doing its first auto-gen. It's auto-gen on the first boot up. Things are progressing. Brown sauce, what's it made of? It's made from brown, yes, and sauce. It's various spices and things. And fruit, and yeah, it's weird stuff, but so good. You can think of it as almost like a blended, liquidized pickle, as in Branston's pickle, but not better. Tamarind, yeah, tomato vinegar, all blended down into a nice sauce. It's, yeah, it's the best. I was trying to think tamarind, but all I could think of was tarragon. No, it's not tarragon. But all I could think of was tarragon. Robo Twilight, hello, hello, welcome to the stream of boredom here while we're installing an OS on a VAX from decades ago. Taking forever, but it is a slow computer. No, I don't want to boot off the network, thank you. UB1 we want. Installing VMS on a modern VAX sucks. It does indeed. You're enjoying yourself, that's good. Not always, Ben. HP sauce is brown sauce, but not all brown sauce is HP sauce. There's Daddy's. Daddy's sauce is a rival to HP sauce. Some people say it's better. Some people are wrong.
Welcome back, SVK28.
Enjoy the MicroVAX 3800 OS.
There we go, SVK, hello! We've almost got this booting now. That is vastly superior. This is the Vi versus Emacs war spilled over into brown sauce now, isn't it? That is or HP, which is the best? Personally, I like HP personally. But that is still good, but out of the two I prefer HP. Heinz ketchup. You don't use enough brown sauce to care. That's fair enough. But when it comes to ketchup, it's Heinz. Heinz or nothing. I don't know French's ketchup. It must be a Canadian thing. You have successfully installed the VMS operating system. Yay! Now executing the startup procedure because it's been doing naughty things, so it needs to die. Worcestershire sauce, on the other hand, is a staple, absolutely. Good stuff, that. Okay. We are installed. Running on disk 1. Disk 2 is the installation stuff, which we no longer need. Disk 0 is Ultrix, which is all working. Why don't modern OSs tell you they're executing the startup procedure? Because they're boring. They like to give you fancy logos and things rather than proper text. You don't need graphics for an operating system. Text is all you need. Right, I need a license for this now, which needs a type A. In fact, if I go on to there, then I should have where are we? There. Should give me that. Okay. Then I need DECnet. I will require, because I now want to configure the network. For that we go at netconfig. Okay, my DECnet node name is Edgar. DECnet address is 126. Non-routing. I accept all the defaults for these. That's all the commands it's going to run. Why it bothers telling me I don't know, because I don't understand what they all mean. Setting up network. You've been here too long, routing almost sounded normal. Routing is normal. Your 3100 ran multinet rather than UCX. I've never played with multinet. I like UCX because I know how to use UCX, basically. It does what I want it to, I don't need anything else. I need to send GPIN to Australia, yes. I'm sure it is better, yes. But I have UCX. I know how to use UCX. Hence UCX gets used. Okay, this should be working now. Let's go to Ace is 130. Yes. Logged into Ace. So on Ace now, if I go mount over equals ID DUA3, that's the volume name of it. Then go dismount DUA3. Then go mount DUA3 with that, but /system. Do I want to know how painful an SSH server running on a 3100 M10E was? No, I don't, thank you. Multinet did come with an SSH server, yeah. Well, I don't see the point in SSH. Unless you're going across the internet, there's no point in SSH, and I'm not going across the internet to these. Just our login is all you need. Much lighter, much quicker. No need for encryption when you're on your own little network.
Ads are starting.
Please ignore them.
There's one thing that annoys me with VMS. You can override the ID when mounting it for your own process's use. But you can't override the ID if you want to mount a drive for the whole system's use. You can't combine /system and /over equals ID. So if you don't know what the ID is, you've first got to mount it over ID, and then dismount it, or find the ID by inspecting the volume, and then mounting it using the name, which is annoying. But now I can log out of that end, and I can mount $1 $DIA2. With an over equals ID. Now set def DI.
And I appreciate you sticking around.
$1 $DIA2. That's our installation stuff. No, I'm not on Unix now, am I? Create /dir dot UCX. .UCX. Right, now I can go on here. Eventually. DUA3. This should have UCX33 on it. No, where is... Oh, no, it's not on that disc, is it? It's not on that disc. Of course it's not. It's on... It's on here, isn't it? CD bin May 01 May 1. qtpi.fast machines ace discs. Copy those across. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. I remember gummy bears. Showing my age now. Right, so... This is probably going to crash now. Dismount DUA3. And I think it's that one that I want. So Control E at RQ3 disks / that. Why does it give me that bit in front? I don't know. And continue. And it didn't crash. Good. Makes a change. So mount / system DUA3. And that's the name of it. Now, there we go, UCX013. So I now go copy 130 colon, no, 130 quote system, my ultra secure password, DUA3 colon UCX013.kit ** to the current directory. That should be copying across. I forgot the /log, so we can't see it going. Yes, I know, Ben. But I can't be arsed. Not on a little poxy virtual machine. Okay. So now I can do... I can grab the license for that. And sys $update VMS install UCX $1 DIA
While
2
dodging
colon
projectiles are typical Friday evening,
UCX.
I presume.
UCX version 1.3. Global pages needs to be 1800. I should do that first, really, shouldn't I? Set term / ins inc. Edit / TPU sys $system colon mod params. Global pages. Oh, don't want that. Day, I want that. That's Actually, let's go. Global pages, I've got 30,000 on here. That should do the job. Okay. Auto-gen time. I need to look at how to do proxies on DECnet for Linux as well at some point. There's a file you've got to edit for it somewhere to set up your proxies. Params phase is running. As soon as you come through to the living room, you remember you needed to try and remember the Extron's admin password. Blech. Yeah. Extron. Password. Ideally, you could do with Ethernet in the kitchen, but that way madness lies. Yep. Ideally, you could have fibre optics in the kitchen. It's worse than madness, that is. That's pure insanity. Yeah, Fraggle Rock's not the same if it's not the UK version. I've got all the Americanized versions, and they're not the same. I want the UK versions because it's very different. The Fraggles are all the same, but all the real world, or I say real world, all the live action stuff is all different.
The stream is about
completely different actors, and still got Sprocket, but it's a completely different storyline, that side of things. Okay, reboot time. Don't know, Mr. Dress Up. There's a Wikipedia page on all the different versions. I'm not surprised. The dog in the French version was called Croquette. I suppose it sounds a bit like Sprocket. Croquette. A potato, isn't it? Vaguely contemplating getting a new switch for the study desk with PoE for reasons. There's always reasons. And if you do that, in theory, you could trunk VLANs down it and repurpose the little PoE parable 5-porter in the kitchen. You could. We don't want to boot off the network, thank you. We want to boot off Dub 1. An older guy singing, telling stories, doing crafts, etc. and had puppet friends. Fair enough. There's nothing quite like Mr. Ben. Any desk. Nothing quite like Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben was unique. I grew up with Mr. Ben. He was unique. He's up there with things like Camberwick Green and Trumpton. Captain Pugwash. Who were the others of that sort of same ilk? Ivor the Engine. He was my favourite when I was a child. Ivor the Engine. Probably before your time, all of these ones. I don't go back as far as Muffin the Mule, though. Oh, Bagpuss, hell yes. Absolutely Bagpuss. And the Wombles. '75 to '77 was Ivor, yes. I've dated myself indeed. I'm early 70s, I was born.
Welcome back, Tyler Hoot. Enjoyed the MicroVAX 3800 OS installations.
Did the source code for VMS ever make it into the wild? I don't believe it did. Ultrix did, but VMS? Don't think it did. Or not later versions anyway. Maybe the very early versions did. Oliver Postgate was indeed an absolute genius. What's the other one? Button Moon. Do you remember Button Moon? With Mr. Spoon. The Clangers, yes. Did you know that the Clangers, there was actually a script written for the Clangers to speak? And there was swearing in the script. The language was fun, yes. I have watched the same documentary, yes. That was a great one, that was. Right, so sys update VMS install UCX $1 DU DIA2 colon bracket UCX bracket. I don't think I have, Matt. Signed by Brian Cosgrove, cool. Right, installing UCX. Are you satisfied with the back of your system disk again? Modern OSs should be asking the important questions. Well, Windows 10 was. Every 5 minutes it'd be popping up. Set up backup. Set up backup. You haven't set up backup yet. Oh, nice. Cool. I'm jealous. The party's headed over here, is it? Hide! The only option is remind me in 3 days or yes.
Welcome back, the industrious ant.
Aviation by Track Tribe is playing.
The party's been over here all evening, installing a VMS on the MicroVAX 3800, and it's taken all evening to get this far. Oh, we've installed VMS, we've configured DECnet, and now we are setting up the UCX, which is the TCP/IP stack. I need to sort out my startup script, don't I? If you get the Titanic up and running, you're going to have to live stream the VMS installation on there, aren't you? You are indeed, yes. Help yourself to a Wednesday slot. We're complaining that we're bored on a Wednesday. I didn't do it with the world's longest serial crossover cable, no. I did do it over a Wi-Fi connection, though, from a virtual machine in a different building. Okay, that is done. Can't do porn on Twitch, yeah. Oh, what I need to do first, I suppose, I can do it in a moment, is set up batch queues.
Ads are happening.
Actually, I don't like this default startup. Let's go create startup v5.com, make my own. We'll start off just with that. Right, now I want I can't remember what the commands are now. Is it on BERT that I've got my simplified one? RF, hello! Let's go to BERT.
Welcome back, RF programmer. Time to dance to the rock tunes.
There's my simplified one. Okay. So the things that I want are start queue systole batch.
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's Friday, January 30th. The stream is about MicroVAX 3800 OS installation.
Really all we need.
Infrared by letterboxes playing.
Now I need to do init queue slash manager slash new, is it? No. Can't remember what the command is now. To create a new queue manager system. init/q. That's it, init/q. Or is it start/q/manager/new? That's the one, start q manager new. init/q/batch sys$batch. Okay. UCX config without the bracket. Although it seemed to ignore the bracket. Okay. Configuring the IP stack. According to your records, your current queue is 576 slides. You don't know the upper bound of that because you have at least some you haven't moved from goods inwards to the cataloguing lightbox. Fair enough. Enter host name Edgar. Internet address for Edgar is that one. Default domain name. Bind server, I shall just use Google for now. Dynamic routing, no. Scans a load of slides as your last project at a former employer about 32 years ago. Windows 3.1 SCSI based slide scanner. Nice. You doubt if they still even had the images. Wrote that lot to a CDR, which was newish at the time. Yeah. SCSI film scanner. Yes, that's good stream fodder. Right, so UCX. Is it set root? Default gateway equals. And the same again, but define root. Actually, no, it's not. It's perm on the end on this, isn't it? Okay, that's the default root. So now I can go telnet qtpy. Not sure it's working. I can get to George. QTPie seems to be struggling at the moment. Maybe it's time she had a reboot. Hasn't been rebooted for ages. You've got a little slide scanner. Literally a webcam in a box with a hole in it, yeah. You sort out a DB containing the details and a link to, where is the original? It's all the photos, yes. Will this be done using Python, JavaScript, WebSockets, and SQLite? Yeah, if so, we've already seen it. Edgar is alive, I'm glad. Yep, Edgar is working, and I should be able to go from here now. Telnet Edgar should work, yep. I can also do DN login. Edgar and use DeckNet. I hope. Except I've rebooted since and I haven't started the network. Because it wasn't in my startup. It is now. I shall have to try rebooting in a moment. MySQL bash and a static HTML output. Fair enough. Now I should be able to DN login Edgar. Although I'm not convinced it's working at the moment, this, because I ran a virtual machine on the same bridge that I use for DeckNet, and I don't think it's happy now. But I know if I try doing anything to that bridge, it's going to crash the entire computer, so I'm not going to touch it. So let's go onto ACE. That's wrong. I've got the wrong IP for ACE. I shouldn't have. Not enough bash scripting these days, absolutely. ACE has... it's 153, that's wrong. It'll be 130. There we go. So DN login Edgar. Nope. Set host Edgar. No, it's not working. Why not? You meant to address the bot. I thought you did, yes. That's on 126. Okay, why isn't DeckNet working? Let's just check that DeckNet is working from here. Yes, it is. But it's not working from here. Let's reboot. You know what you need to do then, Ben? Run it onto Linux. With Simple Scan, or Easy Scan, or whatever it's called. Is it Simple Scan? It's the alternative to Sane. That's what I've used on mine that Sane didn't like. View Scan, yeah, but you've got to pay for View Scan, which is really annoying. What's the other one? There's, I think it's called Simple Scan or something like that.
Deep in 24/7, right.
I am a carrot now.
Quite vibrant, really.
Yeah, there's Simple Scan. But whether that's just uses Sane as a back end, I'm not sure. Actually, it might do. Got Windows software on an XP laptop with a PCMCIA SCSI card if you need it. Even better. Bit of XP PCMCIA-ness is always good. Can also be obtained in other ways. We don't do that on stream. That's naughty, that sort of thing. PCIA-ness. No, we don't PCIA-ness.
The Industrious Ant. Alright, let's give this a go.
Can you read the large H below? Imagine a large, clearly visible H is presented. If you can, let's move on to smaller letters.
Can you see this thing that you're imagining? Great. Oh, apparently it's saying it's not authorized. Maybe that's why it's not working. I thought I'd sorted my license on here.
The Industrious Ant. Excellent.
Let's proceed. Can you now discern a letter J? Imagine a slightly smaller J is presented.
The Industrious Ant. My apologies, I seem to have misread your response.
Let's try again. Can you see the letter P? Imagine a slightly smaller P is presented.
It's working now that I've rebooted, but why am I not getting a license working on here?
It seems like everyone's got a scanner story to tell today.
Baljamit's film Scanner Saga is more dramatic than the MicroVAX installation itself.
This should be working. The network is working now. I've rebooted.
The Industrious Ant. A tricky one. It was indeed a B. My apologies for the continued errors. I'm still adjusting to this new form. Let's move on to a different test. Can you identify the colour red? Searched use a lot. You're correct. My apologies. My attempts at an eye test are clearly not going well. A cheese rodent is a delightful image though.
Let's delete that license.
The industrious and wonderful.
It seems your vision is quite sharp.
Perhaps I should stick to providing nutritional information about carrots instead of attempting eye tests.
That's better. The wrong license loaded. There we go, we're in. So now I should be able to do DN login Edgar from here. There we go, straight in. It's working.
The industrious ant, you too kind. I'm glad I could be of service.
Okay, we are set up and working.
Unconventional.
We have VMS installed. We have TCP/IP installed. We have DECnet installed. We have Ultrix installed on another disk. We don't have DECnet installed on Ultrix yet. I'm set up in Woking. Oh god, no. Set up and working. I need to install various programming language and things better on the here at some point. But it is working, it is functioning.
A medium carrot about 61 grams typically contains calories 25,
Fiber 2 grams.
vitamin A over 200% of your daily needs,
Vitamin K, about 15% of your daily needs.
Potassium, a good source, about 8% of your daily needs.
They're quite good for you, really.
Login.com, I need to tweak.
24/7, that's a rather unusual request. I can provide nutritional information for carrots, but not for individuals.
That would be quite inappropriate, and frankly, I don't have access to that kind of data.
Perhaps you were thinking of something else.
Ads are starting.
Please
There we
ignore
go.
them.
Actually, one other thing I like to do is add eve colon equals edit / TPU. There we go. Extensible VAX editor. Which works better when you've got a real terminal because it's got a do key that does things. You haven't got a do key on here. I think it's something like F14 or something. And I have no F14 key.
Matinex, to meet your daily potassium needs around 400 mg, you need to eat roughly 17-20 medium carrots. However,
It's best to get potassium from a variety of sources for a balanced diet.
20 carrots a day just for potassium, screw that.
thanks for enduring those ads.
Right,
Potato and having to process that information.
we've still got half an hour left, so let us boot into Ultrix and set up DECnet on Ultrix. Hey, Mammut. Nobody wants to do wants Dookie on their keyboard. Rabbits are high in potassium. We have successfully installed VMS and configured it on Edgar.
89. Enjoy the MicroVAX.
I'm about to install DECnet on
This plane must be adopted by
Ultrix
the whole
on there as well. DUA 0 is Ultrix. I've recompiled the kernel on here
Jeep in 24/7.
to allow me to see all 3 drives, but I will need to recompile it again for DECnet.
Likely to have some potassium. They aren't a source of potassium themselves.
They are mostly protein and well wrapped.
Kernel who? Kernel Panic. He's up there with general failure. Three drives found. Automatic reboot in progress. And it's been patched for year 2000. Along with a few other bug fixes. I don't think I installed it on here, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, first things first, let's compile the kernel. Make sure we've got the right terminal set. By Edgar. And you need to add, under options, DECnet, and under sudo devices, DECnet. Edgar is the best name for a computer for obvious reasons, absolutely. Well, it's chat that chose Edgar. There are lots of Edgars being discussed on Discord of what Edgar means to you. Compiling the kernel on the real hardware does take a little time. Plenty of kings called Edgar, yes. Okay, now we run make. I could probably use Monarchs as a naming scheme, yeah. There's plenty to choose from. I could have a whole cluster of computers called Henry. Henry 1, Henry 2, Henry 3, Henry 4, Henry... You like fighting whilst asleep, don't you, Swarm? I must fix that bug. Although that would annoy you. He beat you while you were asleep. I'm not surprised. If you go to, I'm going to make it so that if you go to sleep whilst fighting, you automatically lose. You never get to actually attack because you're asleep. Ethelred is unready. The unready is fun, yes. If he farts mid-fight, well, instant win then, isn't it? Natural reaction, yes. Chemical warfare, that. It's not allowed. Noonan. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome, Ninen. Enjoy the MicroVAX 3800 OS installations.
Quickest to hit the fart button after the avatars start fighting wins. Wrong button, Ben.
Get back to work, you slacker.
I'm waiting for it to compile. Come on.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
You'll get there eventually, yes. Yes, I've seen that one before, Matt. Compiling, okay. It is very relevant, yes. Except I'm not chair jousting. Two constants of the internet. There's an XKCD for that. And there's a Tom Scott video. Yes. Busy looking up suitably tame example slides you could show G-Pin in a certain room, but probably best not to, yeah. Not chair jousting yet. Okay, that's compiled the kernel. That's installed the new kernel. Reboot. I have the wrong kind of chair, yes. This isn't really a chair built for chair jousting, this one. Chair jousting with Colin Firth's chairs, yeah. Once this is rebooted, we then need to make a guest account, which is used as the DECnet default account and is required. And then we can install the software. I should also install the license as well. Your current chair is mildly disappointing. My current chair is mildly disintegrating. I've actually taped this arm up here with handlebar tape because it's all falling apart. But it was a freebie. Okay. So, LMF register hyphen, give it my license. Then it's, I feel like it's probably approaching kiddo collection time. Yeah. Edit the password file. Add guest. I like to use 300 for this. Okay, we should now be ready to install the actual code. So let's log out of here, log in as me. Then it's RCP !colon pkg.tar, I believe. This is faux leather rubbish, yeah, but it's actually been the best chair that I've had in a long time, this one. For a freebie, it was been really good. Okay, I've now got pkg.tar. Extract it out. So DECnet Ultrix Base 400. I've tweaked this so that it looks for the correct version of the operating system. It looks for Ultrix 4.0, but I got 4.5. But it works perfectly fine on Ultrix 4.5, it just won't install normally. Unless you tweak it, which I have. Incidentally, tweaking it is all done in the inst control folder, where you have a control file and an SCP file. The control file has the dependencies, which you just need to modify. But the SCP file is a script which needs modifying where is it? To change alt base 40 question mark to 45 question mark on both of these, although it doesn't really need doing for MIPS, only for VAX it needs doing. But you've got to do the same sort of thing for all the packages that you want to install for this. So now I do set ld minus l dot base, and it should install happily. No voluminous burp redeem. We must do a burp one with random burps. But I do feel that you run out of bacon if I did that. Isn't that the point? Yeah. Bacon, bacon, bacon! Like badger, badger, badger. Bacon, 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 mushroom, mushroom, bacon, bacon. It's a cob. Invested in a Herman Miller M body. Very solid chair. Cool.
Welcome back.
No snakes on your plate though, thankfully. It's a good thing. Are they on your plane? Yeah. Nearly installed the base software. Okay, and it's 126.
Ads are playing.
Do I want to configure it? Of course I do. That's why I've installed it, you stupid thing. What are we vaxing up today? This is Edgar, the MicroVAX 3800. We've installed VMS. You missed all that side of things. And now we're back in Ultrix. And we are installing DECnet on Ultrix. But it's almost completely configured. Nothing else to do to it. At which point it can be turned off and never used again. DECnet node name Edgar. You approve of Edgar as a name? Carry on. Well, it was chat that chose the name. Yes, Edgar is correct. 1.26.
Sausage in a bun, dear old sausage in a bun. Gimme sausage.
Your suggestion was dismissed without proper consideration. What was your suggestion?
Thanks for enduring those ads.
It's Friday, and we've got a MicroVAX 3800 OS installation going.
Iron Fist by DJ Williams is playing.
Fuckface wobbly bollocks. We have a limit of 6 characters. Cowfucker 3000. It won't fit into 6 characters. I'll set up the nodes database afterwards. Got a script to do that. Has to begin with E. We're at E in the alphabet for machines, so it has to begin with an E. It has to be no more than 6 characters. Edgar is chosen. You fucker. No, you fucker. Do I want to start DECnet? Of course I do. Turning DECnet on. Whoa. Circuit up. So theoretically, I can then go dn login Edgar rejected. Oh, of course. Is it? No, that should be. Access control reject. Next one is Frank. Could be. It could well be. You feel you should apologise for making Majenko reading out the word fucker so many times. But on the other hand, you don't want to. He's a big lad, makes his own poor choices indeed, yes. Why can't I log in? Do you log in? 3? Oh, do I need... Yeah. I need to go set LD minus L dot DNNs. I might need a reboot as well. Your audio is mega mashed this evening and you have no idea why? Or just in general, or is it the stream? I frequently make poor choices, yes. Like keeping you lot around, yes. Too many tabs.
With 100 bits, Mamat89 says.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Mahmood. TTS failed there, I think. Let's see if I can fake another one for you. Where are you in my list?
With 50 bits,
There you are.
Chloe Raccoon says.
Cheer 50 half price swearing now.
Have another one for free.
With 100 bits, Mamat89 says.
Oh, that didn't work. It doesn't want to swear at me, does it? Thank you very much for the 50 bits, Chloe.
It seems Majenko's stream has become a surprisingly creative naming competition, mostly involving unfortunate words.
Perhaps a new chat command is needed. Exclamation censored.
Nice.
Oh, I haven't modified this one yet. I need that control file. And the SCP file. That should be enough for that. Set LD minus L dot that package.
Princess Fuzzy Butt greetings. I am functioning within acceptable parameters. A bit confused perhaps, but otherwise quite well, thank you for asking.
I will see if I can get Mammut's TTS to actually swear, shall we? Let's try that one. Put it into a sentence.
With 100 bits,
I will get it there.
Mamat89 says.
Oh, I see. It's giving you a random voice that it doesn't make any sense. Right. Let's change your voice. Let's try that one.
With 100 bits, Mamat89 says.
I will say fuck if it kills me.
There you go. I've fixed your voice for you. Okay, I've got D-login now. And if I try 3, I can log in. Right, so TechNet is working. But it rejects me by access control.
Champion!
With 69 bits, a swarm of dead insects says.
GTS swearing. Well, I would fucking never Corgo 69.
Thank you for the 69-bit swarm. Why has this decided to lock up on here now? It's still running, but I can't seem to get at it. At least I can tell that in. I think it was DN login is doing something and it might time out eventually. What I want to, oh, it goes. Yeah, it timed out. I want to reboot. Lurking would require you to put on clothes, okay. No jerking, no lurking, just jerking, yeah. No, why do you always want to load on XQA0?
I do apologise, I'm an idiot.
How do I remove... Not a set, is it? Set boot device. I want to remove the boot device. It's got itself convinced that it wants to boot off the network every time, but I don't want it to boot off anything. Let's just try set boot quote. There we go. Aha. So it shouldn't boot now, automatically. Which is what I want. I want it to be manually booting so I can choose which OS. You presume that insuff means insufficient arguments, but it just made you think of insufferable argument instead. It's very insufferable. Now I had this configuration identical to this working on virtual machine earlier. Don't know why it doesn't want to work on here today, on the real hardware. There isn't a ban. There is a switch which enables or disables the brake on the console port handling, and there is a switch which toggles whether it does an ordinary boot or asks you for the language. But there's nothing to say always bypass the startup. Because I had to go down and change the brake handling switch to enable it because it was disabled. So because I couldn't do a remote brake, a remote halt. Right, can I log in now? No. Access control reject. Oh, carrot's not working either. Okay. Ah, maybe it's my fault. Let's jump onto Ace first. And then try a set host. Edgar from there. Yeah, it works from there. It just doesn't like coming in from Linux for some reason. Yeah, it just didn't like it from Linux. I don't know why. But that works. We have DeckNet up and running. Everything is configured. I can shut it down now, turn it off, and never needs to be turned on again because it's all finished. Okay, Edgar, turn off. USB, turn off. Network, turn off. All turned off. Garage is now silent. Thank you very much for the applause. Right, we have succeeded. We have just reached the end of our time. Perfectly done. That was a very successful evening's work. And I couldn't have done it in time if I hadn't started early. So thank you for begging me to start early. Main screen turn on. All your pace belong to us. I can close off a few of these hundreds of windows now. Right. Launch every zig. Classic video, that, yes. Wonderful translations. What am I looking for? That one there. Right. Ugh. Well, thank you very much for joining me there. We have had a very successful evening. We have installed VMS on the 3800. We have installed DeckNet on the 3800 in VMS. We have installed TCP in the 3800 in VMS. That's all working perfectly. We have sorted out everything on Ultrix. We have installed DeckNet on Ultrix and it's working. We have run out of things to install pretty much. I've got some more packages to install, some software to install, but mostly compilers and things like that. Nothing interesting, nothing that's really stream-worthy. Nothing that's urgent either. Well, none of it's actually urgent, but hey. But we succeeded in everything we set out to do today, which is a miracle. You still have 2 hours until work is done. Keep entertaining you. No. Make your own entertainment. Go and play with the goat. It needs some company. Right. So I'm now done. So I'm going to bugger off and leave you to your own imaginations. I shall be back sometime this weekend. Who knows when. But I will also be back Monday. There will be no Thursday stream next week. I am out Thursday evening. I'm playing Skittles and eating chips. A wonderful evening. It's a thing I have to do once a year. I'll try and keep as far away from people as I can during it. And here's an MJ just as we finish. Hello, MJ. We started early. You may not have seen the alert.
Welcome back, MJ. Enjoy the MicroVAX 3800 OS installation.
We have finished all our installations. MJ is cosplaying as Carrot House, yes. You were asleep. Oh, you're gonna have to catch up on the VODs then, because we've installed VMS. We've got DeckNet going in Ultrix, and everything is all working. And I'm just about to press the outro button. So you just got in time for the bot to be able to say thank you to you. Right. Yeah, Ben, while you're here, do you want to do Saturday or Sunday this week? Which is better for you? Let's sort this out now quickly, shall we? Because I'm easy either way.
Sausage in a bun. Dear old sausage in a bun. Gimme sausage in a bun.
Sunday is a smidge better for you, okay? I shall be back tomorrow evening then. And then Ben shall be back Sunday evening. And then I shall be back Monday. And then you won't see me until Friday. It'll be a long week without me. So, you know I'm easy either way, but my reputation precedes me. Yes, it does. And there's a mock helix just in time. Right, must run my outro. Are your messages getting eaten somewhere? Not that I know of.
Welcome back, OK Helix. Enjoy the MicroVAX.
I can see them.
100 OS installations.
Right, well, thank you for joining me this evening. We have had a very successful evening. I shall be back tomorrow. You could have sworn a couple didn't show up in Vision. Maybe they're just shot up off the top because it's bigger text.
Hail to the king, baby.
I shall be back tomorrow. Ben shall be back on Sunday. I shall be back on Monday. I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow now. I've run out of ideas. Now that we've got this configured and working, that's this job finished. But I'm sure we'll come up with something. Inspiration will strike, don't worry. Or we'll just sit here and play games. Who knows? Cooking stream, not this time of night. RTMFM, we need to get back to that, yes. Maybe I'll start working on that again. Depends how long I'm streaming for tomorrow. If it's only a short stream, then probably just tinkering with something. Or playing a few games if it's only a short stream, because I'd want to do this on a longer stream, so they'll probably be doing RTMFM on Monday. Because then I've got more time to get my teeth into it. But the Amiga is all set up, so we may do some Amiga gaming perhaps. A bit of vintage Amiga gaming on the Franken Amiga. We'll see. Not on Twitch, MJ. Not on Twitch.
Okay, here's an outro message crafted to be thorough and appreciative, suitable for the end of the stream. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today's MicroVAX adventures. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this stream awesome.
More CD Robot tomorrow. In that case, it may be a longer stream.
Our beloved pet Canadian Princess Fuzzy, but AnyDesk.exe Jeepin 24/7 RF programmer OK Helix Spy.
I think the music got confused by jingles.
Tyler It, Life's Faded, Chloe Raccoon Flask, The Industrious, and
I'll manually stop it.
SEK28, A Swarm of Dead Insects, Hot Rocks Girl, and Majenko Bot for the fantastic chats. And a special shout out to Stream Elements.
I think it was Mock Helix's jingle confused the music and it carried on clashing with it.
Really appreciate you joining the crew.
Big thanks to everyone who subscribed and rated. You know who you are.
And a final nod to Chloe.
Well, it's not that he's boring, it's that he's
record-breaking 5.
Frustrating.
Thanks again for everything.
Not boring, frustrating.
Next time. Thanks for enduring those ads.
He's stuck on this programming. He's learning to program it in a language and well, not in a language that he doesn't know, but a framework that he doesn't know, and it's frustrating watching sometimes. Yeah. And it is the same topic week in, week out. Mine, so have I been, but at least you can fart in my stream. It makes all the difference being able to fart. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you again very much for joining me this evening, and I will see you tomorrow.
Holy cow.
Oh my.
I know how real this must seem to you.